So, let's get into it. Now, the story of rust, and the two guys who talked about it in 2 minutes. It's a rusted development. So for today's episode, we're going to be talking about VCI poly, and I know you've seen one of our other episodes on VCI poly, but hang tight because for today we're talking about our Defender line of VCI poly, which is super special. So just as a reminder, VCI stands for Vapor Corrosion Inhibitors, and it prevents rust. In order for it to work, you need a carrier, and in this case, it's the poly. And so the VCI is embedded into the poly, and once it's in there, you can't see it or anything. Now, the old way of doing things was a mono bag, which means that it's one layer, which means that there's VCI throughout the entire bag. The VCI can leave the outside of the bag, it can go into the inside of the bag, but you're losing a little bit of the VCI because it's not touching the metal part. What we did with the Defender is we created a 3-layer bag. You can't see all 3 layers, it's been combined into one, but each layer has its own job. The outside layer is a cost-effective non-VCI LLDPE layer, which simply acts as a physical barrier. The middle layer is a higher density poly, which will cut down on that oxygen and that water vapor from getting through to the metal part. Remember, in order for rust to form, you need 3 things. You need the oxygen, the moisture, and the metal part. And if that middle layer is doing its job right, then it's stopping that oxygen and that moisture from getting through. The inside layer, that's where all the magic happens, ladies and gentlemen. That's where we pack all the VCI, all the fun stuff, our secret sauce, the stuff that is preventing rust. We put it all in there, so when it is emitting, it is around the metal part and the metal part only. So let's stop for just a second. What does all of this mean to you? Well, it means that you're gonna spend less money to protect your metal parts from rust. The reason being is because that mono bag that Chris first showed you has VCI on all sides of it, which means a lot of it is being wasted, and VCI is the most expensive ingredient when manufacturing a VCI poly bag. With Defender, because we put VCI only on the inside layer, only where you need it the most to protect your metal parts, it's gonna be a cheaper bag. And on top of that, we source reduce on these bags 25%, which is better for the environment and better for your bottom line. That's right. And another analogy that we like to use around the shop is the difference between an incandescent light bulb and an LED light bulb. An old school incandescent light bulb is the mono bag. It gives off 90% of its energy as heat, not light. And most of the VCI in a mono bag isn't used for rust prevention. A Defender bag is more like an LED light bulb. An LED light bulb saves a lot of energy, just like the Defender bag saves on material, but it focuses its energy on light, not heat, just like the Defender bag focuses its energy in VCI on protecting your metal parts. It would be a good idea to buy some Defender, to buy a Defender bag. So shoot us an email at info@armorvci.com and we can help you out with any rust issues you might have. Thanks. See ya.